How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be I care, but not that much. I care, but not that much. Now, when I'm thinking about this topic for this video today, this is going to be fun because I get to kind of play around with this a bit to show you and explain to you exactly what I mean by this statement. A lot of this has to do with some of the other videos that I've recently posted when I'm talking about, the on-screen Ayin being different from the off-screen Ayin, setting boundaries between where you end and others begin, and so forth. But this is just like a more in-depth talk on that. What I mean by is I care, but I don't care that much. This goes back to the videos that I was just talking about. I do care. I love my fellow human being. I love everybody. I want the best for everybody. It's the reason why I do these videos. Because I said it before. It'd be impossible for me to stop on any and every interaction and have the type of interactions that I have with these videos that I have here. Plus, it makes me available to people who are watching these videos anytime, day, place, at their convenience. So I do care. But I don't care as much as some people would like you to care. This goes back to some of the things that we've discussed in other videos when I'm talking about being in people's situations more than they're in. And it was one of the reasons why, like I said earlier, I had to do that video on-screen Ayin being different from the off-screen Ayin. Because one of the things that I found is to spearhead this, to make this ride on the back of everything that I'm saying, I thought about something that a friend and a family member had said this as well. So I'm sure a lot of people share this sentiment about what I'm about to say here. They were talking to a loved one about how many friends they had on social media. It was just like, why do you have thousands and thousands of friends? And we're not going to get all into the semantics of what goes into that, but just follow me on this one. The point that they were making to the family member, and a friend was making to another family member, was you can't possibly invest the amount of time in each one of these relationships that a true friend would have. And they were right. They're right. They're right from the standpoint of all of these people can't be sitting at the front row in your life because it wouldn't make any sense. Now, I'm using that as the basis of what I'm talking about in this video. I can't possibly care the same amount that I do for the people that are in my inner circle with the time, the effort, the energy that goes into each and every person that I interact with. There's limitations to this. People have to take off the training wheels and learn how to roll on their own. I feel happy in saying this because this was something that I had struggled with, and I often found myself frustrated, overly tied up with other people and their situations, because I carried this attitude that I've had since being a teenager, especially when people are close to you and you see them going through something. You would be trying to talk them through it, and I would take the attitude of wanting to be so involved to make sure that person was okay and they were seeing that situation through in the best possible way. I felt as if I could jump into their body and handle the situation for them, I would, and then pass it back over to them. Pass their body back over to them and say, look, that's how it's done. Your situation is resolved. So that kind of gives you a visual image of just how invested I was in a lot of the things that were brought to me. But one of the things that I found out years before making videos or completing my book, Kilimanjaro's Arithmetic to Family Communication, which this aided in that as well, is you don't have the energy to give to everybody like that. That is exhausting. It's exhausting, and it's not something that you can keep up. Let alone it being long term, you will burn yourself out. The other thing that I would struggle with is you would be concerned with how others view you from the standpoint of aiding them or assisting them. I'm going to detour a minute. I'm going to go back to that video, on screen Aim is different from off screen Aim. One of the things that I said in that video was, I'm stating, you struggle with the standpoint of, man, I'm encouraging, I'm upbuilding, people are getting this type of insight from the videos. Why are things changing over when I'm dealing with people one-on-one? And before they answer that question, tune into that video. Tune into that video to see the other portion of why I stated that that doesn't work. And to get back to on topic with this video, which you're getting a little bit of this, of what I'm talking about from that other one, because they're kind of overlapping a little bit. You can afford to care. You can afford to love. You always got more love to give. But the thing is, you can't do it to the max, full throttle on everything, everybody. A coworker told me once that in the job that we're doing, a lot of things are important. So you can understand everything just kind of having this alarm go off with, hey, this is important, you got to do this. This is important, you got to do this. But everything can't be important, because if everything is important, then nothing is. It's a reason why you have lines when you go somewhere. It's a reason why you wait in line. It's a reason why you have that first come, first served basis. It's a reason why there's an emergency room at a hospital. Yes, it's unfortunate. Everybody who's at the hospital, I would hate for anybody to go through anything and to have to result in going to a hospital. But the fact of the matter is, certain things are emergencies. And it's the same way and the same thing with people. Your energy, how you care. One of the things that I mentioned up with the video was that I stated of struggling with. I didn't want to appear hypocritical from the standpoint of, man, I don't want to be like I'm tearing them down. But sometimes the way that we were engaging, not that I'm saying that we have to engage in talk that was destructive and tearing them down, I still tried to have that same attitude, and I wanted them to leave encouraged. But the fact of the matter is, not everybody's going to leave encouraged. People hear what they want to hear, especially when you're talking to them. See, that's the difference between me doing the videos and then me talking to a person one-on-one. Some people, you can say 106 different things that are all encouraging. One thing that you're giving them constructive criticism on, they walk away with it. I guess you could argue from the standpoint of, well, that's the part that they need to focus on. But the reason why I'm looking at it from a different way is they're walking away, face hung low, like you just ruined their day. And you done gave them 118 compliments. That is what caused me to make those previous videos that I referred to earlier, and the reason why I'm coming back into this one. It was something that I had to come to a realization with is, yeah, I do care. But I'm tired of people using that to my detriment. Because what is happening is just like some of the other videos that I stated. People know how to reel you in on things, whether it's drama or whatever the case may be, and they consistently do it, as long as you allow yourself to be reeled in on it. And it'll even come to the point where people just straight up call you out on exactly what I'm talking about in this video. Man, you say that you care? Yeah, I care, but not that much. I can't care more than you on your situation. I've said this in earlier videos from 2 years ago. It's just I'm bringing it more to a point, more to a head on what I'm saying in this video. I care, but not that much. At the end of the day, do whatever you want to do. It's your situation. I care from the standpoint of us having a brief interaction or easy interaction, that I'm doing everything on my part to make sure that's healthy, it's encouraging, breath of fresh air, it's easy breezy. That's how I want my interactions. But I don't care at the end of the day that You came to me with all doom and gloom. I gave you everything that I just said that I gave you, and you were still leaving in doom and gloom. I don't care that much. That's on you. Excuse me. I could go example after example after example with this video. Just like what I said earlier with the Facebook friends. Of course, on my business page, there are, I don't know how many friends are on there. But the people that are on that page, I wouldn't be able to give the direct interaction that I'm giving, just like in this video, to each and every person. So it's a reason why I have those pages set up, these videos set up, so people can come together, and it's a place for you to meet and encourage one another. And you can take these generalizations that I give in the videos, on the Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, whatever your social media is that I'm on, you can take that and apply it in some form or fashion in a healthy way in your life to be able to get on to the next day. But it would actually be unfair for a person to think that they could do this. Find somebody in your life that you can just sit there and you can just run them down like that. That's the reason why you have a mate. That's the reason why you have people in your inner circle. You can't do that for everybody. That's the point of what I'm making in this video. That's it. I don't have anything else to add. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayin. You have a good one.